Yeah. Hello, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Do you know who is this?
Yes, they have to know now.
They have to know. So let's assume they know.
Yes, I
Okay.
we don't know.
Or let's assume they don't know. So this is my friend. We call her Captain. She's going to tell you her real name. So what's your real name?
Fine, good. Hello, everyone. My name is Feyisayomi.J, Captain Evolution.
Okay, guys. Yeah, she's not just Captain. She's Captain Atomic Habit. Yeah,
yes.
she's the one that carry Atomic Habit on her head like her, like some clothes.
Yes,
You know the way women used to carry they say carry your market by your head.
Yes, exactly. I do.
Yeah.
I love Atomic Habit so much.
Yeah. So today we're here to talk about Atomic Habit actually. So tell me, Faye, how did you get introduced to Atomic Habit?
Now you know that.
Oh.
So I remember I was telling you, hey, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then you just flared up. Hey, Faye, you don't have sense. I'm like, oh, guy, you have started again, right? I said, hey, Faye, have you read Atomic Habit?
Don't mind her. I say that a lot to my friends.
Oh, no, it's not that you don't have sense. So it's us you don't have sense, you know. So, and you said I should read Atomic Habits. No, you recommended 3 books: Atomic Habits, The Defining Decade, and something of Almanac of something.
Yeah, Almanac of Navarra.
Yeah, yes, I've not read that book. So,
okay.
But I picked Atomic Habits, and then I read it. At the moment I read it, felt like I found my purpose in the book. So that's why I carried the book on my head.
So when you say your purpose, I'm curious. Can you tell us more about that?
My purpose?
Yes.
Yes, really. Helping people to live a fulfilled life. Yeah, that's like the major thing for me. And when you say people, it feels too general. So let's do teenagers and young adults, right? I just want them to live their full potentials, and productivity is one thing that we really need to work on. So like when I say I found my purpose in this book, it's like, oh, I found what I can help people do in this book.
Okay. So guys, I got introduced to, I saw Atomic Habit. It was very popular online. I mean, among this group of people I read books with, mostly people in the West. So it got me like, okay, I should read this book. So I didn't read it. Then my friend George read the book and he told me about it. He said, this is a good book. I said, no way. I started reading it. I read the intro. I started reading the intro. It was just so boring. I didn't read it. I left the book again. Up till date, I haven't read the introduction of Atomic Habit.
But that's my own. Like, that was what captivated me. I'm like, hey, I need to read this book.
It didn't hold on to me. It didn't hold on. Tell me, what other thing held on to you from this book? What other thing stands out for you?
First of all, I'll say it's the old book, because it's opening me to some of the things I've observed, but I couldn't find the right words to explain it. Right? So and that's one good thing with reading books. Ideas open up, or things that you've thought in your mind, you don't have the right words to put them. The moment you read something, you are like, oh yes, this is what I've been trying to figure out all along, right? But one major thing for me is the principle of compound interest. Like, it's the little things that matter, not the
wait, hold on. What is compound interest, first of all? Can you explain to us?
Okay, it's the pieces coming together. So you do one thing today, and then you do another thing tomorrow, and then you do tomorrow, and then you do tomorrow. All of that feels like nothing. All of that feels like nothing now comes to become something, one big thing after a while. That's compound interest.
Okay. You said us compound interest in mathematics. Does this mean we are forgetting?
Yes, no, I forgotten it. I didn't even like that thing. I don't like mathematics. I don't like figures.
Compound interest, simple interest, and all of these things. So can you give us an example of how compound interest work?
Okay. Oh, let's use reading book as an example. Compound interest is, today you read. Now you want to become a reader, right? So today you read page 1. Tomorrow you read page 2. Next tomorrow you read page 3, right? And you do this consistently. At first you might just finish this book in a very long while. The next time you pick up another book, you will just find out that instead of reading one page, you are now reading 2 pages, right? And then the next day you read another 2 pages. By the time you're done with the second book, you want to read the third book, right? That's compound interest already. First, you feel like you are taking your time to read books, but before you know it, you realize that you have read 3 books, and not even one book at a time. Like you feel like, oh, I finished this book, but the compound interest in the fact that you have actually read 3 books in that period, and your life has even changed, because books are ways that our lives changes.
Okay, can I let me give you guys a concept. Let me give my own view of how compound interest works. Compound interest, my explanation of compound interest is this. Compound interest is rejecting the view of life. Life 1 + 1 is equals to 2, but in compound interest 1 + 1 is equals to 2, and then it does not go +1 again. It goes 1 + 1 is equals to 2. Then the next stage is 2 + 2. So, and then the next stage is not 2 + 2 + 2. No, it's 2. It's 4 + 4. Do you understand?
Yes.
So
that's absolutely true.
The growth of compound interest is in multiplicative form. So that's the way I think about it.
Mitosis and meiosis. I know you will know that.
I don't.
Okay, that's biology for how cell multiplies.
Okay.
So one cell will divide into 2, right? And then it becomes 2 cells, 2 individual cells, and those ones too will break again into 2, and then it becomes 4, then breaks, and so that's how body, that's how living things work.
Exactly. So that's exactly how compound interest works. So if you want to learn a thing, and now she used the example of reading. This works for any other thing. Football.
Mitosis and meiosis is biology. It's your life, your cells. Football, yeah.
So I have a question. This compound interest. Let's say I read today, and then I come back and read next week. Then I come back and read next month. Then I come back and read next year. Will it work?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Only that the results will be very, very minute. Very minute.
Okay.
Yes, it's just like.
So can I say that the real thing that makes compound interest work is the consistency?
Is it consistency? Is it consistency? That's what makes it work.
So that brings me to an idea from James Clyde. I noticed the idea of a system.
Yeah.
What's your thought about that? He said you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to
the level of your systems.
What does that mean to you?
For me, right? Before I read the book, I was I'm still an advocate of writing goals. I don't know if you remember. I'm like, set goals, and I still do it, right? But I looked at myself. I'm like, oh, I'm setting goals. Is this really working? Right? And I can dream big. So I write all of those things. I'm like, it's good, it's nice, and 6 months into the year, I'm still like, I want to do this. I think I can still do it. I've not done it. So I really think that statement is absolute. You don't rise to the level of your goals at all. You actually fall to it. So because I didn't have action plans, I didn't have things to make my goal.
Can you make this practical for us?
Realistic.
Yeah. Tell us one specific example.
One specific example. Let's take it good. Which goal will we take?
Let's say I want to play guitar.
What? You're getting me, guy. Yes, you want to play guitar, right? You want to learn how to play guitar. So you wrote that goal in January, right? And then by December, you want to be able to play maybe 5 chords, just 5 chords, right? Now, system goal is, by December, smart goals, remember, by December, I want to be able to play. No.
Oh, sorry, what are smart goals?
Let's do
No. I mean, I'm asking for the sake of
smart goals. S is specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, R is realistic, and T is time bound. So now, watch. By the end of by December 2022, that's time bound. I want to be able to play 5 chords. That's realistic, that's specific, and it's also achievable. If fact, it's too small, safe. But yes, it's achievable, right? And then
Yeah.
measurable, yes, 5
Yeah.
chords, right? So all of that's what smart goals really have, right? Now, I say I want to do this thing. That's just a goal. My system should be that every month I play 1 chord, or every, how do we divide that? Every 2 months I learn a chord. That's still not enough. That's still like a goal that you have now broken down, right? Now, what you do daily is that system. That, okay.
And your system can include, you need to have a guitar, you need to join a group that allows you to play that thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's the system idea.
That's the system. The system is you need to download YouTube videos on how to watch it. That's the system.
Get a mentor.
That's it. Okay. And then yes, get the guitar and put the guitar where you can see it. Not get the guitar and put it on top of your wardrobe. Yes, that's the system.
Okay. So that brings me to something again in Atomic Habit. We said put the guitar not at the top where you can see it. Do you remember something in Atomic Habit?
Yes, design your environment.
Design your environment. And do you remember the part that says if you want to fight a habit, make it invincible?
Yes.
If you want to build a habit, make it visible. So James Clear had four templates for habit creation.
Yes.
And by the way, I think you should show them. Do you know what this lady did it about? Oh my goodness. She totally took notes of everything, guys. I mean, you need to see this. Look at it.
Okay, that's also a system, actually. That's a system.
Guys, look at this. Look at this. Like everywhere. Notes, man. Look at the back.
And I wrote a letter to James Clear.
She wrote a letter to James Clear.
It's at the back.
Can you see this tons of things?
That's not why I wrote the letter. I wrote the letter after. Yeah.
Wow. She wrote a letter to James Clear, guys.
I wrote it on the 29th of September.
Yeah. Guys, this is crazy.
This is the system.
Okay.
You need to make it obvious, remember. So
yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, make it obvious. So I wanted to read out the four laws of building a habit.
Yes.
So the first one is make it obvious. The second one is make it attractive. The third one is make it easy. The fourth one is make it satisfying. Yeah. So you've mentioned one which says make it obvious already.
Yes, that's putting the guitar where you can see it. Right? It could be in your sitting room. It could be. I legit slept with my guitar that year. But I can't play it again because there was no consistency.
Yeah. And he also mentioned something about if you want to fight a habit, you also do the same thing. You take the inverse of this.
The inverse, yes.
So make it less obvious. So let's say you want to stop smoking. Remove the cigarettes from the environment.
That's an example in the book itself.
Oh, that's an example. Yeah. So you remove the cigarettes from the environment, which makes it less obvious or less apparent to you. Yeah. So which would be very key for your growth. So and then the second one is make it attractive. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember what this is all about.
Make it attractive.
Yeah.
Right. Is one of the things about making it attractive that stands out for me is the role of family and friends. Right. Now I'm at my friend's place, right, and I cannot bear to think that I'm not reading. Why? Because the books they are doing the way we say to you, kami, like it's calling me, Feyi come. Right, that's making it attractive. Making it feel like, oh, see this thing, let me do it. I also observe, I think I was telling you yesterday, I observed it for eating too. I don't love to eat, but 2 days ago I figured that I ate more than usual. Why? Because the food was there, so I was staring at it and it was just attractive. Another thing with making it attractive is you belonging to the right group of people. Yes, being in the right circle, right? So if you are that saying that if you have 10 wise friends, you are the 11th wise person. It's true, guys. It's absolutely true. If I don't have,
if you have 9 foolish friends, you're the 10th foolish one.
So you can imagine that I read this book because Lendun recommended,
and I read it because my friend told me.
And I'm sure somebody told you to read it. And you see, many people have read the book too because I said they should read it. So yes, that's making it attractive.
Yeah. and then the other one is make it easy.
Make it easy.
Make it easy.
Ah.
Now, making it easy is look at it, reading hard copy or soft copy. Which one is more difficult? Soft copy, right?
Soft copy.
So she read the hard copy,
Yes.
and we read the hard copy, which is easy. If you're trying to build the habit of reading books, make it easy, and the easiest way is hard book, hard copy. And one of the things is easy, right? Don't read big books. Avoid big books. Read small books. Yeah, that's making it easy.
I agree with you, and I think that's also a problem for us in this part of the world, or even many people generally. Let me not even say Nigerians. We don't always want to take it easy. We say it a lot, but we don't do it. Look, you want to read Atomic Habits, and you want to read. You are a beginner reader, and you want to read one chapter. Why? Like why? Take one page at a time. Take 2 pages at a time. And there is the make it easy. I think in make it easy, that's where the 2-minute rule comes in. Yes. Now, that's how to avoid procrastination. You don't feel like reading it. There are times that, yes, you know, there are times that you don't feel like doing it, but you need to do it because you need to see every action you do is a vote for the person you're trying to become, right? I got that from okay, so you just need to make sure you do that thing every day. Remember, it's the consistency that matters, right? Now, just take your alarm and set 2 minutes and read. The moment 2 minutes is done, you stop. You have read for that day, and that's what matters. Actually, at the beginning, that's what matters, because an habit needs to first be established before it expands. Exactly. So make it easy, break it down, do it. Now, for those of us that read with Captain, I know we'll get to that. We break the book into 1 chapter per day, and that's because we know that a beginner can read an average of 5 sheets. Yes, that's about 10 pages a day, right? And even during the day, we break it to tell you, oh, make sure you read 2 hours, make sure you read two sheets. That's 2 pages before it's 10 a.m. Make sure you read another 2 pages before it's 12 p.m. Just so that it becomes easy. It doesn't become something it doesn't become work. It doesn't become work. Yeah, I think that's really making it easy.
Yeah, and then there's the last one here. It says make it satisfying. Yeah, make it satisfying. I really don't know. Yeah, it talks about accountability partner. Yeah. Yes. Is that important?
Accountability partner is important. There was a time that you were taking us through a class, and you mentioned that some people fall. I think you were teaching us on reading, and you mentioned that some people don't get to read as much as they want to because they try to do it on their own. Yeah. And it is true. Mentorship is super important. I'll give you a story. Can I? I used to be a musician in my past life.
How many lives have you had?
Right. I used to be a musician, and can I continue? I used to be a musician in my past life. I mean, when I was much younger, and then what I did was that every Saturday I go to my school chapel to drum. I spent time drumming. I wasn't learning anything new. I was just improving what I already knew. Right? Now I became so good. I was a local champion. Anytime you mention drum, like Feyi is the name, or you are hearing a sweet melody, everybody just believes that Feyi is there. My secondary school, right? But the moment I left, I got the shock of my life. The moment I left secondary school, I got the shock of my life. Like, hey, you are just, and like I didn't even know drum rudiments. It was that bad.
Wow.
Because there was nobody to teach me. I didn't learn it anywhere. Nobody held my hand. So that's the role of accountability partner. That's the role of mentorship. You don't have to spend so much time, and you don't even have to make certain mistakes, right? So accountability partner is very important. Another thing that I do to make habit satisfying for me is I track a lot, right? Tracking, there's this sweetness that comes with, oh, I'm marking myself good, and I'm marking myself okay. So when we read Richest Man in Babylon, this was my tracker. So I kept marking every day that I have read this, like the fact that you are seeing the progress once will make you want to do more, right? See this, This is October. This is my tracker for October. This is my tracker for September. Yes, and if I don't know, I know you may not really see it very well, but see, there are days that I really didn't do anything. There are things I said I was going to do, I didn't do at all, right? And that's still taking it easy. So, but the tracker just makes it very interesting for me. Oh, Faye, you're making progress. You're improving this, and I think we will also get to. I think afterwards, the advanced statics, when an habit becomes automatic, you have the tendency to fall, like because you're not tracking the process. It's now automatic. You will not do as much as you ought to do. Say for example, now you have become a reader, you can easily read at any time, so you take, because it's an automatic thing for you, you read, and then when you read, maybe you don't even highlight anymore, you don't take notes anymore. Now that habit has fallen. It's still there, but it has fallen because it's not what's the word, it doesn't carry as much weight as it should. Now this is what tracker helps you do. Tracking makes you know that tracking gives you honest feedback without even asking. So then you begin to look, oh, I actually prayed today, I actually prayed, and then by the end of September you're like, how was my prayer life? I prayed every day, true, but I think it has dropped. Right? I think it has dropped, and I need to do something about it. That's one reason why I love trackers a lot, and that's another reason why I love accountability partners. The moment if I say I read books a lot, and then is asking, have you read this? And I'm like, I can't even remember, and I can't even remember, I can't even remember. And then we look at me like, you can't remember what you read. Like, it's not saying I should remember everything, but there are some things that should stand out for me, right? And if I cannot pinpoint that, then the habit has fallen short. So I really think this is it with making it satisfying, and then the advanced tactics in the book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. The chapter I'm open to now is the one that talks about the Goldilocks rule we are talking about, which you just talked about.
Oh.
The fact that you can fall down, even after this thing. And he said sometimes it will be boring. Routine can become boring. Once you've established the habit, it can become boring. But that's what makes the experts different from the amateurs. Experts show up every day, even when it's not fun, even when it's not nice, even when it's uninteresting, even when it's boring, they show up. And that makes a big difference for them. Because it's on bad days, the days you can show, when you can show up on bad days, that makes you different from normal people. So you get the highest rewards.
You make me remember your Facebook page when you started in February. I think the difference between you and many of us, right? My Facebook page is older than yours.
Oh yeah, it is by far.
And it has grown. I think you have 90-something K right now. The difference is showing up. Because I was asking him 2 days ago that how did he manage to just come and just do something? Like, he says passion. You just have to do it. Are there not days that you didn't feel like doing it?
Oh, yesterday I didn't feel like doing anything.
But you did. You did.
Yeah. But I didn't feel like doing anything.
You see?
You get? And today I don't feel like doing anything.
And then you are doing this.
Of course, it's a bit easier. Now, here's the fun thing. So for instance, right, the habit stacking. That's one of the principal things. So what I do is I create time, I stack content for the page. So I just leave them over there. So they go live. Even the days when I don't feel like today, at least there's something that will go up. And then so I've used stacking to my advantage. And the fact that I know I have to show up even on days I wouldn't want to show up, it's kind of a good reminder for me to.
Yeah, stacking works a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does work a lot.
Yeah, so much for Atomic Habits. This is a wonderful book. I think everyone should read. Do you think everyone should read this book?
Everyone should read this book every quarter. See, I know that I have a bias with this book, but I'm only saying that because the more you read, the more it becomes part of you. Creating system is very hard, and so people, the moment you mention it, you hear things like, that's how I am, it's not for my personality, me, I'm a scattered person, da 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 da, hello, Yes, I get it. You cannot be as structured as somebody like me, but everybody needs structure. Even you, if you go to a workplace and you need a job and they don't have structures, you almost believe that these people are not ready, or they can't. You are not sure of what these people have to offer because there's no structure.
Yeah.
Right. So we all need structure. Imagine that you don't have you don't have bones in your body. How would it be? Yes, because you need structure. Yeah, I know I just skipped in biology. But yes, you need structure. Structures are important. However little, just make sure they're there. Systems are important. And again, like we said earlier, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You always fall to it. I told you I wrote goals for years. And to see that I have sort of exhausted all that I planned to do this year, despite all of the shaking that the year showed me. Do you get?
Yeah, you've achieved most of your goals.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. You need to give me a book.
I just give you a book for achieving all of your goals.
Yes, and the reward actually